Leo, I keep hearing trio, like 3 Leos or a hat trick or something to do with around 3 Stranger Things or a thing or a Steve or Things Are Strange or the TV show on Netflix or something to do with around football. Scoring a hat trick. Now you might be called Hattie or hat tricks, or you might wear a lot of hats or caps, or you might be dealing with a Capricorn or a Life Path 6 Capricorn or Gemini. Okay, just very quickly before we get into your messages, I'm going to be doing some esoteric channeling and scribing. It's called remote viewing, okay, like I used to, okay, and then at the end of it, you've got to be patient, okay, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius or a Taurus, you could be dealing with inpatient, outpatients, and you could be going to the hospital quite a lot or visiting hospitals, okay, patience, okay, picking up like temperance. But while I channel, I also draw, okay, and then we look at the picture at the end and then I see what we get, okay. So it's called remote viewing and stuff like that. This is not a tarot card reading, by the way, but you've got to have patience if you like the channeling. If you like just the tarot, that comes out directly after your reading. Okay, Leos? So don't forget, very quickly before we start, you can watch this as a Leo or an Aquarian or a Life Path 8. You can watch both readings because we look at Major Arcana 8. So I'm reading numerology and code, okay? 2 Major Arcanas of Aquarian and Leo, they both start with 8, okay? So it's like looking at a life path number. If I was doing a life path number, I would say Leo or an Aquarian or life path 8. Life path 8, Leo or an Aquarian or Aquarian Leo. Okay, you know? Okay, so I'm hearing a hat trick, okay, and something to do around scoring. And I'm hearing film scoring or music scoring. And I'm very much into like scoring pieces of film to music, okay? So I do that, okay? So for the people that do that, you'll know what I mean. Okay, so you make pieces of art or footage of certain things, and you put a piece of music and you make it yourself, the piece of music yourself, and you score it to a film. Okay, so you might be like in film school or something like that, or the school of rock. You might be into like rock music and stuff like this, and it's about lining up pieces of music with also video and film, okay? So it could be stuff like that these people or you or your partner is into, okay? I'm also hearing into, which was Tool, so Maynard and Tool. So I'm hearing people that love, like I do, like rock music and metal, okay? Heavy metal. So I'm hearing that there is something for you that is to do with around this 3 energy of maybe a Pisces. Now, I don't know if I'm picking up on third party stuff like this or a birthday party or something that you're trying to celebrate, okay, because it feels like this very celibate. Okay, so any of you that might be called butt or celibate, unless you've got, I got big butts and I cannot lie. So they might be trying to lose weight on one's buttocks or something like that, sorry, but I'm also losing weight. Okay, so there might be that. I'm also hearing a hat, something to do around shopping and hats. Okay, that definitely come up in the Gemini reading. Okay, so you could be like an Aquarian, Leo, Gemini, Capricorn-y flavoured type sort of person, and I'm picking up on like a lot of arty craft design type, sort of like designing things, like a designer. Like, I love designing clothes. I love designing art. I love design. I like looking at things that are very trendy, like trendsetter. Okay. You might be also trying, if you're doing YouTube, of trying to get on the trending list. Okay. Training list. I'm also hearing trainer. Like, I am trying to train you up to do something. Okay. So it might be like a scout or a Cub Scout or training yourself to do something. Okay, and it might be mind control, like I'm trying to control my mind, okay, realising that, hold on a minute, here we go. Okay, so never forget what I teach people about reverse psychology, okay, Leo, is that your mind has been in control of you all the time, okay? You have to realise that you are in control of your mind, and when you are, you're in control of your own life. So it feels like a lot of you, or you might be teaching this and stuff like that, because you could have certain placements of Aquarian or Leo, okay, that you are trying to control your mind and trying to control your urges and impulses, okay, which means that, like, say if you have ADD or anything like that, you're trying to control your urges that you've kind of got, that could be evil urges, Oh wow, My Colour Jacket. Any of you used to like that band, My Colour Jacket? That's my best album by those. It's called Evil Urges. So it feels like that there might be something to do with around Evil Knievel or something to do around a motorbike. Okay. There might also be like evil urges, like I've got this urge to do something that's quite erotic or something like that, and I've got such an urge to get something off my chest or something to do with breasts of chicken KFC. Man, you're coming across just the same as Justice Libra Life Path 2 that was coming up in the Gemini reading that I just did. So it was all to do with around shopping, arts and crafts, evil urges, impulse buying and spending, okay, and then pulse rate, okay, heart monitor, heart rate, trying to control myself and work on my body. And like, if I work on my body, I work on my mind. It feels like a lot of people are kind of like either, you know, you've either gone your own way or you're just practicing what I teach, right? But like, or you could be the teacher, okay? But the control of one's mind, okay? If I can control my impulses and urges of my mind and I can concentrate on my body, okay, I can stop thinking so negatively. So it feels like this, I'm trying to control my mind to not think of anything that is very negative. Now, like I said, you could have someone in your life that's very negative and you're trying to control yourself away from people that are very negative, okay? I'm also hearing a negative relative. So you might have someone that is around you of a mother or a father or brother or sister that may be very negative, a negative Nelly, and you try not your best to not control each other and stay out of each other's way. It's best, or the name Wayman, if we try not to control each other. And if I'm not speaking to my mother, I think there's something to do around family here about not speaking to a mother or a father, because they might interfere in my progress of my work. I'm trying to work on myself, and if I am, I've really got to try and stay away from people that are negative. Okay, something that is of a message of around you guys really trying to do something like that. Okay, what else have we got for messages for Leo? I want to go back because your main message was something to do with around a hat trick and a 3 and a Piscean of goal scoring or a score or film scoring or film school or jackpot, Charlie, Jack, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack, Jackie's son, mother and daughter, Mumford and son, my mum and son, huge family, huge family, sort of like names and also like, you know, synchronicity of names and stuff like that, okay, that are all like in the family, okay, like a lot of J's or something like that, okay. What else have we got? Let me try and rush this on. So hat trick, so it's about scoring, okay, or like going to a jackpot. You could have someone that's like a they're trying to work on their impulses of not spending a lot of money, basically, right? I may have overspent a lot of money and I could have gambled quite a lot of money and I could have took a lot of risks in the past, and I'm really not trying to act on my impulses. You see, you could have something like I do, ADD. ADD can really send you down that, ooh, that's shiny and bright, I'm going to buy that. Okay, I'll buy that for $1. Okay, and you go, I don't know, you might even go to the dollar store and you think, okay, let's just go shopping, but let's go to the Poundland or something like that. And you spend a lot of time around the bargains and stuff like this, right? Bargain shopping. Okay, some of you might be struggling around money, and that might be why you're trying not to impulse buy too much. It's kind of like this Libra energy of like what do they call that saying where a little is a lot? Okay, like it might be food. I need a small amount and that's a lot. Okay, or I don't want anything. I just want you to get me something that's very small and that will mean much more to me because it's from you and not something that's like huge and all I want for Christmas is you. So it might be where it comes kind of like this shopping thing that kind of come up in the Gemini reading. You might be looking for a gift or a present while it's coming up for like Christmas, right? And you're kind of like, you know what, all I want for Christmas is you. Like, I don't want you to, or Alchemy or Natalie, but I don't want you to buy me anything for Christmas. If you do, it can just be something small, but it'll be more meaningful than what it would be if it was something really expensive. Or all I really need is you for Christmas, and that's all I'm really bothered about is just being with you at Christmas. So this could be something to do around, this is normally when arguments actually come up, because I think that a lot of your channel stuff here, Leo, is around what to do around Christmas, if I'm honest. Now your tarot, what I do for you, or the 2 other readings that I've got that I'll tell you about, will show different stuff. But at the moment, channeled wise, or channel 4, something around a Scorpio or an Aries person. Okay, and like all I want for you is Christmas. But what do I buy you for Christmas? But all I really want is you. So I'm really not bothered what you buy me. And I feel like, can't buy me love. John's here, by the way. JDS Tarot. I think he passed away, bless him. But like, can't buy me love. Help me a diamond ring, my friend, if it makes me feel alright. Diamonds are forever. Diamond Dave or Diamond Days. Oh, that's a really good song there by I forget what they're called. Diamonds are forever. Something to do around a diamond. I keep hearing diamond. Diamond. Unless someone's buying someone a ring or 7 days. Well, I'm wondering, is that you? I'll call you in 7 days. Or like a diamond ring. Like a dime a dozen. There could be a dime bar. You could be in a same-sex relationship here. And a dime bar. It's kind of like, okay, where are we going with these channel messages, Spirit? For Leo. It's kind of like Christmas shopping. Like, I don't want much, all I want is you. And then you've got another energy here that might impulse buy. And I'm trying to control my urges and my impulses to not actually spend too much money. And I need to look at everything that I'm buying to make sure that I don't go and buy shitloads of stuff or gamble. Like, I could have a problem with spending large amounts of money all in one go, and I've kind of got to start looking at what I'm doing when it comes to, like, buying things on an impulse. Like, impulse. Okay. Because that's like instant gratification. That's what people with ADD can also have. Okay, like instant gratification, I'm looking to buy myself something to cheer me up, but when I've got it, I actually realise that it doesn't cheer me up as much as what I thought that it was going to do. That's impulse. That could be ADD. It could be a person that kind of like, oh my God, like I'm so focused and I feel so good, and because I feel so good and such a high vibration, my brain is actually telling me yes when my body's telling me yeah, right? But it's kind of like my head tells me yes or no, and my body tells me different. So it can be like buying clothes, it can be eating, okay? It can be like I'm trying not to eat too much to have impulses of food, to gamble or spend money, okay? And it just kind of like relates to the Gemini reading, which was because I did a whole teaching segment on this to do with the amygdala and to do with high vibration. Okay, when I feel really fucking good is normally when I'm about to do something. Okay, and that would mean that we're going to go out and we're going to spend loads of money and we're just going to enjoy it and I'm not going to think. And it was relating to how to look at it spiritually, which is like, okay, I'm going to go out, I feel really good, I've done really well on my diet, and I'm going to go and have a burger and chips and blah, blah, blah. And then when I've had it, the second instant that I get of a snapshot is guilt. So it's kind of like this guilty pleasure, okay? I've got a pleasureful energy and it's very pleasuring and it's very alluring and it's very something that's going on, okay? But it's also very kind of like, will I feel guilty if I was to do something, right? If I was to do it, would I feel guilty? If I was, I don't know what that's coming up for you, but if I was to do it, would I feel guilty for doing that? Okay, so it's kind of like this impulse of like doing something very like erratically or erotically, and then an impulse. It's just like sex. It really is. Like manifesting or anything is the same kind of vibration. Okay, it's like this. Okay, I feel really good, blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as I've done it, I go right down and I'm like, it's like, where's the rush gone, right? And it's kind of like this maybe where these people are trying to stabilize themselves around their impulse buying, impulse actions, and like, I kind of don't really know where that's kind of coming from there to be able to focus on okay, just to clear this up, because there's another message here. Just in case you guys are really concerned about manifestation. Never, ever, ever attach something to a manifestation. People have taught you wrong, okay? Love is a feeling and everything carries the frequency of love. It brings it all to you when you are open and ready. That's Christmas. That's everything that you could ever have wished for, right? when you attach a vision to a feeling, it soon goes down to like the disappointing end. I don't want to go too much into it, but I've taught this over on the gold tier, okay, and it's very important, is love carries the frequency of love. So it attaches all of those feelings of what you get around that, which means joy, happiness. I am so happy, I am thrilled, I love, I have this, I have that, I'm so happy, I'm not in need, I don't want anything, you know, I am just really, really fucking happy to be here, okay, or with you. That's all I think about because of my joy and happiness. When you do, all of those things that attach to that vibration come your way, okay, that's ideas, fucking anything that just comes your way, because the frequency is going out like it does on a cell phone. It's like a cell, right? And it goes out, okay? And it carries a frequency, okay? When that frequency reaches out, it reaches out and then grabs hold of everything that involves all of those things that I don't really want to go through. And it brings it all in to you where you're kind of like, well, I'm quite satisfied the way I am, really, because I feel really happy, right? So there's kind of like this working on that, or you do this, or your partner does, okay? Like, I mean, I wouldn't call it law of attraction because I don't like that word, okay? I just believe in different methods. I just don't like copying other people, though they've constantly for ages said law of attraction, okay? Or the name Laura, or Lucy, or Lucifer. I don't actually like the word law of attraction, okay? But I do believe in frequency, okay? And I do believe in the vibration that you give off and I don't believe in karmic energy either, not really, okay? Karmic energy is a vision of the past, okay? So it means that if I keep reliving the past and fear, okay, all I will literally do is live out of a karmic energy. That means that karma is trying to show you a sign of leaving it, okay? So that's fear, that's anxiety, panic attacks, worry. Is it true? Is it not true? I need to find out more questions and more answers. And before you know it, your mind is taking over and you've kind of messed something up, okay? So past energy of karma means memory, okay? So if I'm trying to memorize stuff and I'm trying to like think of all of these things, I'm basically just bringing harm back to myself, okay? So it's kind of like I'm trying to clear my head and trying to clear my thoughts, and I'm trying not to think of it, okay? So it's kind of like that, because karmic energy just, it reoccurs in one's brain, and then it's kind of like, okay, before I know it, you get two energies of karma. One, that it physically does happen, or two, it metaphysically happens to oneself. So you can physically end up in a karmic situation, or you can metaphysically end up where you just have that many words with yourself that you put yourself into that much of a panic and a worry that you've just overplayed a scenario in your head, and you're just believing that something karmic is happening because you're the one that's creating it, okay? So you can have a metaphysical experience of karma where it's kind of like, okay, well, if you're in that environment that seems to be that restrictive, then why have you not left, okay? So it's kind of like this query, okay? This energy that you guys have got as a message is trying to remain positive, trying to remain focused, okay? Forward focus. Something's around a forward focus. A silver green forward. Silver green? Silver green. Something's a green. Or a green screen. Or a green... I heard forward focus, silver, forward green. So silver and green. Don't know what that is. Or a green or a silver forward focus. Something to do with a car. Okay, that I'm picking up. So let's go over just very quickly over your messages. You got something to do around hat trick and football and 3. You got something to do around watching football maybe. You got a load of artsy craft sort of stuff that's definitely here. You've kind of got this very impulse kind of erotic feeling of like masturbating maybe a lot, or like something to do around a sexual desire type sort of feeling of manifestation. And I can't believe my manifestations just come true. And I can't believe my dreams and my wishes have literally just come true. But like an Aquarian energy. Okay. And something that I've been working on seems to have been happening over this period of time, and I can't believe it's literally now coming into fruition and starting to happen. Okay. What that is, I don't know. Really depends on who has been thinking what. I'm also hearing Dr. Watts and Dr. Morse. So something around the doctors and having to go to the doctors or hospitals maybe this week. unless you work in a clinic. So, something like that. Sorry, Leo, if they're very sporadic. Okay. Because I think most of that was me just doing education stuff here. But that's where I think I shine more. But a lot of people are not interested in it, unfortunately. What have we got here for you, Leo? Anything that you guys can see that is here? There seems to be a genie in the lamp again here. Like this spirit that seems to be coming up here of this genie. So this was actually in another reading where I said 3 wishes. I think I called it in Capricorn, which was your wish is my command. I will grant you a wish. Like something like that. Or just like my dreams seem to be coming true and I seem to be manifesting something that I'm really desiring and wishing and hoping for. Okay. Something like that. And something that I've been working on seems to be coming true. But it could have something to do around 3. Or like a Piscean or like this of being granted a wish, or like my dream seems to be coming into fruition, into a reality. Like, okay, could be something like that. I'm also picking up that that is also a character of some kind of a person that is also there. Okay, but it's kind of like this spirit, like that came out of a lamp. Okay, lampshade or something like lamping. Might be an oil lamp, something around a Virgo. There's someone that's looking down here. Like I'm seeing this as a person. Well, it seems to have more of a genie, really. Harrison. So the name Harrison or Genie or Harrison. Okay. Or Harrison Ford or something to do with a Ford Focus or a Ford Fiesta or something like that. Or Ford. Or Freud. Fraud. But if you cut that off and kind of see this person that keeps like bending their neck and looking down. So it might be where this is a spirit that's kind of like looking over you here, okay? But someone that keeps looking at the floor all the time, like I don't know why, but really not picking up on too many. I mean, you guys can tell me if you see something here that represents something to you, okay? Anything else? Can't really see it. I can see this person that's trying to reach out. Like I'm trying to reach out here. And I'm trying to grab hold of like this. What would that be? Like I'm trying to... I mean, it's like I'm trying to reach out and say something. Like I keep trying to reach out and say something. But there seems to be a shadow and a person and then someone here. So it does seem like 3 people, like here, here, and here. Okay, like I'm trying to reach out and say something to the person in the middle, but there seems to be someone of the past that's also here. Okay, what's that right in the corner here? That's a couple of white eyes, look, with a school hat on. Okay, like it's like a character sitting there going like that. You alright? Oh, Mrs. Grimsdale, what are you saying, bruv? Look. There, right? So it kind of... Like that person's got some beady eyes. But you know when those people, they graduate from school and they wear those big hats and they throw them all up in the air like that and they're kind of like, "Way, we've just graduated," right? Feels like that if you look at it. Like, feels like a character of some kind of like 2 eyes right there. There's its mouth kind of sticking out and there's the hat. It's got like a white bit there and then like a big energy, like top part of the hat there, or top cat, something around a Leo or an Aquarian. But it feels like a caricature of such, but it's also someone that's got their eye here, their eye. So it seems to be coming out from this genie energy here. Okay, there's the stomach and there's that, and they're reaching out here to that, looking at this energy here. Like, so I don't know what it is. Like, it might not be anything, but it feels like I'm floating in the air. Like, it could floating in the air. Snow. Snow is falling on the ground. Children playing, having fun. It's the season. So I really do not know what that character is. It could have just been, like I said, it could be something I've drawn as a spirit here, like a ghoul or something. Or it feels like it's school. school, like a headmaster of school or something. This was like Pink Floyd. You know, Pink Floyd did all of those like really big like characters and blah blah blah, and like here. So it could be David, okay, or it could be Roger, David Gilmore, Bill, Billy. It's kind of like a spirit looking at a spirit, if you know what I'm saying, like purgatory. Like I'm someone... Right, why am I picking that up? Is like springs, someone that's standing on springs, like doing like a jump. Like jumping jack. Jumping jack flashes the gas, gas, gas. Jumping. Like jumping jacks. Someone that's doing like a lot of like exercises and like jumping jacks and stuff like that, right? Could be at the gymnasium or something, but someone keeps like doing something on springs. It could also be shoes. Shoes, like here. Like a brand new shoes. Could be Paolo Nutini. You could be, or just bought some new trainers. But like some new trainers or new shoes. And they're quite high profile here. Like they're quite high off the ground. Mine are actually quite high because they're like an air energy. But picking up that someone might be looking for some new boots or some new shoes. Okay, and this would be your leg that's going into it. Or someone has bought 2 new shoes here. Okay, pair of shoes. Because Gemini's reading was all about shopping, clothes and shoes and wearing and like long, big profile shoes. You know those people that are very fashionable sometimes? They have those really big high boots or shoes, like they're big high platform shoes. It's normally people that are like gothic that have like big shoes. Okay, it's not the shoe that's big, it's just like the spongy bit, like they're real fucking big. So some of you might be looking to buy, already have some larger profile boots, like boots. These boots are made for Puss in Boots. Someone dresses up in black leather or like leathery clothes here, because this is all like black leather and black lace. So it might be where you're like looking at lacy, black leathery kind of clothes or boots or some sort of like lingerie or something like that here. Okay, like black leather, black lace, black boots, like strapped boots, something like that. Puss in Boots or some sort of like erotic kind of, I don't know, here. Yeah, so anyway, that's what I've got for you guys. So there's your not a tarot card reading. There's your esoteric channeling stuff. So just very quickly, Leo, before you go off, your tarot reading, what to be aware of in your environment will be next, free on here. But this is where I actually earn money if you care to join my Patreon. Patreon is got, or will have, and always have your weekly reading. Okay, so your weekly reading is going to involve these cards, which is... in that moment, I didn't care, all of these kind of stuff. So I can still see you standing there, blah, blah, blah. So there's a load of these kind of cards that I do, okay, that's in the shadows of stuff that you may or may not be aware of. And then we clarify them with cards to tell you what kind of vibration or what kind of star sign that is that's thinking and feeling all of those kind of things. And then I clarify it right away to tell you what the outcome and what the feeling is and everything else and why this person is thinking that way, why they're acting this way and why they're doing that, okay? And then we do messages of closure, which is this deck. So if any of you guys are looking to close any books of the past or even the future, then there's loads more messages in these too, and I clarify those and tell you the outcome, why this person's thinking that, why did they do that in the past, why did that happen, and what led down paths of like karmic people going back and why, or forwards, and what happened. There's loads of stuff that we've been going through, and they're very, very fucking good. When I clarify them, I can kind of pick up the answers to like, okay, I want to know an answer of like why this happened and why did that happen and why did they do this and all of that, okay? And that is what we dive right deep into on your weekly readings. And that is what you'll find on Patreon below, but you will either need the silver tier or the gold tier. The gold tier has all teaching on it, but they both have the same, but the gold tier has just the teaching, the weeklies and monthlies. Silver tier is weeklies and monthlies, like 64 readings per month, I think, or more. And then on the gold one, there's all of the past, present, and future teaching stuff, as well as all the monthlies and weeklies. So it's up to you, okay? But anything really does help me out, Leo. I really do appreciate it, guys. So your reading will be provided below. Thanks very much. I really do appreciate it. Make sure that you watch the next reading, which will be free on here. That will be what to be aware of around your environment. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.